Hello, everybody. This time we are talking about price determination. Price determination is the economic process by which the market value of a good or service is established. It primarily falls under the realm of microeconomics and involves the interplay of various market forces. At its core, price determination is driven by the fundamental concepts of supply and demand, where the collective actions of buyers and sellers dictate the ultimate exchange value. Understanding price determination is crucial for businesses setting prices, consumers making purchasing decisions, and policy makers analyzing market efficiency. This process dynamically adjusts based on factors like cost of production, consumer preferences, and the level of competition within an industry. And then we move to types of price determination strategies. There are three main types of price determination strategies in a market. The first type, single price strategy. In a single price strategy, the seller sets one price for all buyers. This is the most common type of price determination strategy and is used in a competitive market. And then second, dual price strategy. In a dual price strategy, the seller sets two prices for different buyers. The first price is lower than the second price. This is used in a monopolistic market where the seller wants to attract some buyers at the lower price and retain other buyers at the higher price. And then third, price discrimination strategy. In a price discrimination strategy, the seller charges different prices to different buyers based on their characteristics. This is used in a market with many sellers and few buyers. It is also used in a monopoly market where the seller wants to separate different groups of buyers, such as high volume users from low volume users. And then we move to process of price determination. The first, estimate the demand for the product. The first step in price determination process is to estimate the total market demand for the product. This is easier to do for an established product than for a new one. Demand for the product can be estimated properly by calculating the expected price and probable sales volume of the product at different prices. And then second, anticipate the competitive influences. In the second step, a marketing company should anticipate present and potential competition for its products. It is easier to assess present competition, but it is difficult to assess the potential competition. The threat of the potential competition will be greater when the market has good profit prospects and easy entry. And then third, anticipate expected market share of the product. The third step in price determination is to anticipate what share of the market the company expects. The expected market share for the product will be influenced by the existing production capacity of the company's plant, company's capacity to sell the product, and cost of plant expansion of necessary and prospective competition. And then fourth, consider company policies regarding product, promotion, and pricing objectives. Another step in the price determination: promotional policies, distribution policies, and objectives. Product policy with regard to quality, size, and branding affects pricing decisions. And then fifth, selection of pricing policies and strategies. The fifth step in the process of price determination is the selection of relevant policies and strategies. These policies and strategies provide clear guidelines and an action plan for price determination to secure maximum consumer satisfaction and effective market share. And then sixth, selection of specific price. After the completion of all the steps in the process of price determination, the management may be poised for the task of selection of a specific price for the product of the company. And then we move to the factors determining the price of a product. The first factor, total product cost. The total cost of a product incorporates all the charges required for the product to complete its journey from manufacturing through distribution and up to selling and marketing. These include fixed, variable, and semi-variable costs. And then second, marketing costs. Storage, packaging, distribution, and marketing all together amount to a total of marketing costs, which depends on the quality of these individual services. For example, the increasing sturdiness of the packaging will lead to heightened costs. And then third, utility or demand. The demand for a commodity can depend on the utility of the product, or in many cases on its price as well. Here comes the concept of elastic and inelastic demand. If the demand for a product is inelastic, that is, unchanging with time, the price of the commodity does not affect the demand significantly. On the other hand, for elastic commodities, a slight change in price causes a huge shift in the demand curve. People tend to lean forward cheaper substitutes. And then fourth, enterprising objectives. Often, companies have certain objectives that they want to achieve. For example, becoming a leader in quality control, obtaining share market supremacy, maximizing profits, or surviving in an overly competitive market. The company sets its product prices, keeping its objectives in mind. And then fifth, market competition. If the level of competition for a certain product is high in the market, the manufacturers have to be careful while price setting. However, in a monopolistic market, the manufacturer can set any price for their product. And then 6. Government regulations. In a monopolistic market, the company often misuses its advantage and sets a very high price for their products. To protect the interests of the customers, the government intervenes and introduces price regulations. For example, a government can set a price ceiling for certain products or can declare a product as indispensable. I think it is enough. Thanks for watching.